Hello. So, in the name of MJD Wellness and Community Center, we would like to thank every single one of you that take the time to make it possible tonight. So I have the pleasure to have Miss Martia next to me. It's Miss Martia represent for MJD the head of the clinic, the free clinic, especially the HIV program, where we provide free medical services to the community, especially the underserved community that cannot afford the whatever medical services that they need. And also, she was able, and her staff was able to help us educate us more so to be prepared when we have a patient, we know how to serve it. Martia West, she is the medical, the chief, yes, center administrator of the program that sponsored the event tonight. Martia has the floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if this is on. However, the program is Southeast AATC is the sponsor of this event on World AIDS Day. We're grateful for all those who have dedicated their lives to curing the treatment and prevention of HIV. That is what World AIDS Day is about. So I'm very grateful that you're here. This is a HRSA-funded grant, and therefore, if you have registered, you will have to give us your evaluation. I'd be very grateful. And for that evaluation, we will give you CEs, CMEs, CEUs, or your certificate. So if you have any questions for me, or if you'd like to go onto the national site for AATC, most of your questions can be answered there. We have been in collaboration with MJD for over 5 years, and we're so proud to have her as a partner. She has definitely grown from, I think, a dream of feeding the community to the whole person, right? So let's give her a round of applause. We are so grateful to have her in partnership. So thank you.
Thank you, Martia. Thank you to you. So now we're going to leave the floor to Mr. Junior Bolo. He is the host of the night.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to be the host tonight, and I have been working with MJD for a long time already, and it's always a privilege, an honor to host their events. And before I start tonight, I have the privilege to introduce on the scene the Major, Dr. Alex Desulme, that I'm asking you to applaud gladly, please.
Where's Manu? Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our entire city, Manu, come here. This is my little sister. Come on over here. The work that she has done in our community, mayors to. The work that she has done okay, right here. I think this is good. The work that she has done in this community, not only in working with HIV and AIDS and all those different type of health things, but anything relating to wellness. This is the mother, I would say, of North Miami. I want to say publicly thank you for what you do, the work that you do, but I want to take a minute and say the importance of making sure we educating our community not only about HIV and AIDS, but in our specific community, especially in the community, the disparity that goes on, there's a lot of education that needs to go. So not only you filling that void, but you have provided so many folks that I know personally throughout the entire city and throughout the entire county, resources and information, providing free health network. You know you have a partner here with your brother being the mayor, but the entire city council is behind the work that you do. But I think as we talked about the work that we do, especially in this day and age, and especially now with HIV and AIDS, although in other countries it's it's big of a problem, but in specifically in our community, the education needs to be there, and of course talking about prevention and what we do, and because our country back home, we have a lot of people losing lives because they are not educated, the misconception about the disease and what's happening, and as they don't know if it's a manageable disease or what's happening in the free health care that they could get. So again, thank you, the importance of this day, what you do. As we know, December 1st is World AIDS Day worldwide, but thank you, Manu, for doing what you do in North Miami every day. Thank you.
Say something to Mayor Desulme is not for me, is my mayor. It's my big brother. Him and the former mayor, BNMA, was the first person that opened the door for me in North Miami to be able to shine. Because you can have the knowledge, but if you don't have someone that carry you on their shoulder the way that he did for me, I will never be able to be that person that I am today. Thank you so much, my mayor. Thank you so much, brother.
And you didn't say she's my neighbor.
Yes.
In this
I live in his district too.
Thank you. It was an honor to have Mayor Dr. Alex Desilme on stage. And now we will start with the night right away. And it's my honor to present on stage Mr. Raul Hernandez. He works as a housing inspector specialist at Empower U INC. Where is Mr. Raul? Thank you, sir. You can pass by here. Okay, and the second personality that I'm gonna be introducing tonight is Mrs. Sherlyn Joseph. She's a beacon of resilience and hope, living with HIV for an inspiring 32 years. And the last person that I'm going to be introducing to you is Mr. Lama McMullen, a 36-year-old Bahamian American. He's the empowerment coordinator at Empower U Community Health Center. I want to hear you one more time, please. Thank you. All right, so I have a series of 10 questions that I'm going to be asking all of them tonight, and they will be responding one after the other. And if there is anything to add, they will take time. They will have enough time to do that, okay? All right, so my first question for each of you tonight, I'm going to go with Mr. Raul because he has the mic. So, thank you. Mr. Raul, how I want to have some details about who you are, and second, how did your story begin? I want to have some details about who you are and how did your story begin.
Okay, so hello everyone again. My name is Raul, and a little bit about myself. I'm a history person. I love history. I'm a history buff. I'm Cuban and Bahamian. I like to laugh a lot. That's one thing I like to do. But my story, starting off in how I came on this journey, basically, it was one day when I was in college. I had a very severe cold that I couldn't get rid of. And by then, I didn't have anything. I didn't have my doctors transferred up there to my college where I was at. So I had to come back down here and get tested to see what was going on. So my pediatrician at the time told me, have you ever got an HIV test? And I told her, no, I've never did one before. So she said, well, let's do one. So I said, all right, no problem. We're trying to figure out what's going on with me. Did it, and I went back to school. I had to go back up to college. And a few weeks after that, I got the call, and she asked me, could I come into the doctor office? And I said, well, I can't because I'm in college, like 8 hours away. Could you tell me what the information is? And she said, I can't do that over the phone. It's going to violate HIPAA. But I kept pressing the fact that I could not come down there and I needed to know this information because it's pertinent to me. So once she kind of broke the rules and kind of told me, you've tested positive for HIV, then everything stopped. It was just a new Raul started. I immediately got into a shell, and I didn't know how to get out of it, so I reached out to friends and family, and they were there to support me. And with their support and guidance and, doing my own research in regards to the new diagnosis and what I was going to live with, I got better over a couple of years to the point that now where I'm at now, I, talk about it, I'm comfortable. I promote prevention. That was one key thing that I did start working with Empower You. I got hired as a PrEP navigator, then eventually became a PrEP coordinator. Talked about PrEP, pushed PrEP, promoted PrEP, told everyone about my story in regards to, being diagnosed back in 2010. And now it's 2023, and still thriving, still living, still looking well, still healthy. Every CD4 count is up into 1,000. Like, I'm always doing good with my testing and everything, and I'm always preventing myself from, doing anything that I don't need to do. So right now, at this point now, I work in housing. I'm a housing specialist and inspector that works with with the community that have individuals that have AIDS or HIV. So I'm a person that know what they go through every day in and out, as well as understanding my job and what is needed of my job, and letting them know that it's important to get tested. It's important to not get tested. It's important to know your results and do your labs and go and get your medication if you need it, or continue to stay in health and keep staying in health to stay healthy and live and thrive. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Helene? The question was some details about who you are and how your story began.
Okay. Well, my name is Charlene. I am 48, 5 kids, 3 grandbabies. Okay. When I found out I was pregnant with my second child. I was pregnant with my second child. And I was like, nah, this can't be right. I think I got my tests mixed up. So I told them to do the test again. And when they did the test again, as I was walking out of the doctor's office, well, back then, it was 1994 when I found out. They didn't tell me I was HIV positive. They told me, you got AIDS, you're gonna die.
Wow.
So when they told me that, I was like, I ain't got nothing else to live for. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm walking out the doctor's office, I see a bus coming. I jumped in front of the bus. The bus was this close to hitting me. Nothing happened. I didn't know how to tell my family. Growing up in a Haitian household, it was hard for me to tell my family because I thought they was going to disown me. They ain't want to be nowhere around me. They ain't going to want to eat from me, or basically they're going to give me my own utensils and stuff, because it happened one time. Because there was a rumor going around the school saying that I had AIDS, and my family, being ignorant as they are, got me my own plastic spoon, plastic cup, plastic plate, so I wouldn't use none of their utensils. Wow. And I didn't have it then. I ain't had it yet. But when I finally did find out about it, and I did tell them. It was like I sat down and I was explaining everything to them. When I explained everything to them, their whole personality changed. So now they just like, make sure you eat good, make sure you eat healthy. We have tea for you. We're gonna make sure you drink your tea and all this. It was just like, they was like hovering me. And by me finding a community which is Empower You, for me to get involved in, I didn't know how to go around telling people I was positive. It took me a while to tell my family. So, okay, that's my family. They ain't gonna say nothing. And when I try to talk to them, I have one sister. Don't tell nobody. Keep it a secret. This is a family secret. You're not supposed to tell anybody. Come on now. How are you gonna help someone if you don't tell them? So, when I got involved with Empower You, they started a new program which was called Willow. It's women involved in life learning from other women, positive women. So I was a facilitator with that group. Someone was freely giving me information. So I felt like that was my duty as a woman living with HIV to tell other women that life doesn't end here. That because you're positive doesn't mean that's the end. You can still live a healthy life. And don't let anybody put you down, because it's all about you. So.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Good job. Let's use the one mic.
Give me that.
Okay, all right, perfect. So, same question for you. Tell us more about you and how your story began.
So the journey. So good evening and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lamar McMullen, and happy holidays to everyone. Given that I am a person who is a Bahamian American, I've always been involved in things, right? This is my best friend of 31 years, and we've been doing everything together. Like until he went to college, right? and what I can say then, not my life changed, but life itself changed, right? Like, and I remember being involved into the lifestyle because I'm also a recovering addict with 10 years clean, and I am a person living with HIV and thriving for 11 years. Thank you. But I remember the journey getting here, and I remember being a part of this swingers group. Now, this is just my story. I hope you guys don't judge me afterward, right? But I love you guys in spite of. But I remember being a part of this swingers group, and my partner at the time told me I had symptoms of HPV, which is human papillomavirus. And in order for me to get an immediate test done, I had to list a couple of things, like maybe 3 to 5 STDs at the moment. Now, mind you, we was in the number one vacation spot, I guess you could say, in Orlando, right? So the moment when we got back down here in Miami, we went directly to the Florida Department of Health, and everything that he named of the STDs, in order for me to get an immediate services, I had. So that means that I had 3 different STDs, including HIV. Now, there is something that's called a panel, right? They do a panel of blood. They take maybe about a good 11 or 13 vials of blood. It's called a pearl. And as I'm looking, it's like, this is a lot of blood. Like, I can't do with all this. But then again, as I sat still and I began to listen to what the doctor was saying and what may have come out to be, at the ending of the test, he came back with my results, and everything that my partner at the time put down in order for me to get an immediate test, I had. So in my mind, I'm just like, how did I get to this point, right? How did I have 3 different STDs and also HIV all in the same time? But the lifestyle that I was living, being an addict at the moment, right? So that's usually what comes with the lifestyle. And I remember when he gave me the test, he began to walk out, and as soon as he walked out, I walked to the ledge because I was getting ready to commit suicide. Just like Charlene, you know, Charlene walked in front of a bus. Raul was actually at a pause. He was stuck, and I was getting ready to jump off the ledge. But I heard a still small voice, and this is a part of my testimony today. I heard a still small voice say, if you trust and believe in me, I got you. Didn't know exactly what it was, what I felt in that moment. But if you've ever watched the movie, this is how I illustrate it. If you ever watched the movie and it feels like there is a presence that's touching you, and when you turn around or when you're facing that presence, it's just a whiff the wind. That's how I felt in that moment. And you talk about a powerful change that my life was getting ready to embark on. And I didn't really know exactly what was going to happen, right? But in that moment, I called the partner and told him my results. And his words was, it's okay, we're going to do this together. But his words could not give me the empowerment or the courage that I need. So I was literally faced with still committing suicide, even with him on the other line. And but by the time I got downstairs and I called my mother, and her exact words was exactly what he says, that I got this, we can do it together. And it gave me some sense of ease and calmness in my spirit. And my mother doesn't have a problem with me telling this as well. You know, she is also a person living with HIV for 26 years, and she is also a recovering addict with 25 years clean. And I remember telling myself that I would never be like my mother. But everything that my mother did, I did the exact same thing.
Wow.
And just being the person who I am now, the person of reason, I am the face of so many things, because I'm today a person of change. I'm a person that allows other people to have a choice, right? Because I wasn't given a choice. I didn't know what was going on in my addiction. I was just getting high. But on this side of the fence, I'm able to tell you exactly who I am as a person, what I have as a person, and also let you know that I'm still thriving with it and I still look good. So, for me, to God be the glory.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Those are very interesting testimonies. I see a lot of motivation, pride here, and I'm also myself motivated. Okay, now the question that I have, talking about motivation, what motivates you to stay resilient and continue fighting against HIV for more than 20 years?
That would be me. What makes me fight for this?
Yep.
Because I know there's a tomorrow. Because I know
Ooh.
there's a tomorrow.
Yes.
Can nothing stand in your way as long as you have that motivation to say, I can do this.
Love it.
Can nobody stop me?
Ooh.
So,
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me get to this third question. I believe everyone will answer this question. Why is World HIV Day important to most and also to you?
To me, HIV Awareness Day is important to me because it gives us a bigger platform to speak out and address needs, to help, different organizations meet whatever goals they may need, to, like I say, share the light on these different issues that we're facing each and every day, 364 days out of the year. So just one day holds so much significance to us as a group, as a force, as individuals with voices. The importance, like I said, to me is just being a voice for someone who is lost, misguided, and I'm there to, let them know that it's okay. Yeah. I'm there to help out.
They want to hear something like that. They do want to hear something
exactly.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
for me, it's because now I have the knowledge, so why keep it to myself? I would just want to spread the word.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I first found out, my husband passed away, and I didn't know as much as I know now. When my husband passed away, it's like I was like, nobody else ain't gonna love me. I'm positive. Ain't nobody gonna want to be with somebody that's positive. I ain't got nothing left. So, like I said, this is a way for me to say there is a tomorrow. Nothing can stop you.
Wow. Thank you.
So for me, there is a tomorrow and there's life after diagnosis, so live it. World AIDS Day have been around for almost 35, 36 years now, and every day on this day, we stop and pay homage to those individuals that we have lost, right? We usually have a program entitled Say Their Names, because sometimes those names are often forgotten, right? But we don't forget those individuals that paved the way, right? That have laid a legacy for us to actually pay attention to. So it's very important for the community to stand up as one, right? Because we can't end the HIV epidemic separately. We have to stand up as one. That's what coalitions look like. That's what these type of forums are created for, so the community can have a seat at the table to have voices to be heard, right? Because when we have seats at the table, most of us say, well, I'm just here. No, you can't just be here when you're having a seat at the table. You need to have a choice. You need to have a voice. And today, as individuals who are thriving with HIV, us three do have voices today, and we matter. Just like everybody else that have lost their lives over the past 35 years, they matter still. So we say their names in resilience and remembrance that they still matter.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Uh, the key word that I've learned from you today is you have a voice for those who are maybe thinking that they have no life for tomorrow, that are being discouraged or ignored in their community. So I think it's very important to voice for them. But I have a question. Now, looking back at your experience, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment or personal triumph since being diagnosed of HIV?
So the greatest accomplishment, my greatest accomplishment is that I'm still alive, that I'm also a recovering addict with a decade clean. Not only that, but to be the voice of so many different faces. 5 years ago, I was a part of this docu-film called Outward in the Sky, produced by Thrive SS, located in Atlanta, Georgia. And there were 5 African-American gay men that came from the high 5 prevalent areas in the South. So Miami representing number 1. You had Atlanta, Baton Rouge, Jackson, Mississippi, and New Orleans. And what we did, we talked about breaking the barriers and the stigma and what it may look like and what we've been through in order to get to this point. I'm the face of a lot of different campaigns in the county of Dade. I stand as a face for those that don't have a face.
Wow.
Because HIV doesn't have a face.
Yes, sir.
HIV does not discriminate. So for those individuals that don't understand, let me allow you to understand. Speak to me and I'll give you the information. Speak to me, come to me, and I'll be your voice.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. What have been your greatest accomplishment since from the day that started until today? Since I know one of your biggest missions is you are telling the other ones that there is tomorrow.
Yeah, my greatest accomplishment is I'm still here.
Wow.
I'm still breathing, living, walking, healthy. I might have what's the word I'm looking for? A medical condition, like diabetes, high blood pressure. That's how I see it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I see HIV right now.
Oh, yeah.
All I got to do is take my medication every day, and I'm going to be okay.
Good.
And me still being able to see my grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 grandsons, and I'm proud of it.
Congratulations.
Very proud of it. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. For me, my greatest accomplishment so far was when my best friend invited me to do a campaign in regards to, it's called I Am a Work of Art. And it was with the office up there in Rockland, Maryland, and they basically represent individuals or different topics that they feel that needs to be represented in regards to care, HIV, like all of that awareness. So I had the opportunity to go to an exposition. What was it called? The thing that I went to in DC. USCHA. And when I went there, it was, I mean, just being an exposition, I can't say it right now, but being someone that was showing on the exposition there, my face was on the campaign, I was on the banner. We talked about, like if you were out of care, get back into care. Here's the reasons why you should get into care. It was promoting like just positivity. It don't matter. It's just feedback.
Yeah.
Just feedback. I can talk loud. It doesn't matter. So like I said, like
Turn it off.
turn it off.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So in regards to what I was saying, my accomplishment, being there at the exposition was amazing because I spoke with a lot of individuals. I networked with a lot of individuals in regards to the awareness, in regards to new rollouts in regards to like housing, new testing devices. Like just, it was just amazing, like just the fellowship and everything, and then just being a part of the campaign with the other individuals that I met that were all, most of them from South Florida. Most of them were, of course, all of us were all positive, but it was trans women. It was, men as well, MSM. So it was all walks of life. And with that, we did an interview, we did an open panel discussion, just like how we're doing right now. And we really just talked about our whole experience, like how our stories can affect others to either, return back to care or want to live with something. So I think that was, that was one of my greatest achievements, just being a part of the campaign.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Considering that I believe we all belong to the Black community, if I'm not mistaken. Now, taking this into consideration, what are like the disparities, the challenges that you guys are facing daily?
I don't want nobody to take offense to this, but my people, which is the Haitian community, a lot of them feels like they don't want to hear about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard trying to get them into care, but once you do talk to them, and they usually bring me in because I'm positive and I'm from the Haitian community, and I try to speak with them as best as I could, because my Haitian is, my Creole is not that good. They call me a fake Zoe, a fake Haitian, so. But I try to talk to them and try to meet everybody where they're at. And as long as we tell them that there is hope, or we give them examples of there is hope, some of them will come. Some of them will come. It takes time. It's like pulling teeth. Mm-hmm. But after a while, as long as you don't give up, they will come.
So for the LGBTQIA community, we have a lot of disparities. And those barriers will stop us every time, right? And one of them is lack of transportation, access to care, insurance, medical insurance. We're talking about everything under the sun to get us to where we need to be in order for us to take our lives onto the next level. It's the lack of education, because we can educate them all day, every day, 365 days of the year, but for some unknown reason, we are not retaining the information. So that means that I need for me, right, because change starts with me, I need to step back and reassess the entire community or what I'm doing and figure out what's working and what's not working. Because being in this field for just 6 years, I've learned that what we've been doing has not been working. So that looks like one individual at a time, and having those conversations inside of the homes, right? We are no longer able to go inside of the schools to have these talks, but we can have them elsewhere. I provide a safe space for us, by us, right? And it's called Empowerment Project, where I host this space for us to have those safe conversations around HIV, STDs, STDs. We're talking about sex work. We're talking about lack of care, transportation, anything that you can have on the outside that you can't have with that individual without being stigmatized. I have it inside of that space. I've also just brought into the topic of conversation of HIV criminalization. Now, if I were to ask everyone in this room, have you ever heard of the term HIV criminalization? Please raise your hand. 2 people out of the whole audience. This is why I do the work the way that I do the work. And this is why I sit on a lot of boards the way that I sit on a lot of boards, because everybody in the community needs to get this information. So my space is not only for the LGBTQIA community, it's for anybody that wants the knowledge and the education of what it may look like for prevention.
Absolutely. Oh, no, you're fine. Well, in regards to the question, all right, in regards to the question, roadblocks. We have a lot of roadblocks that we face in regards to changing of rules, policies, regulations, new procedures all the time that's going out, that's rolling out that we never know about until we get into that situation. So, again, staying up to date at least as much as you can to let your patients know don't give up because you see those roadblocks. There's always another way. Like they say, it's 9 ways to skin a cat. It's always another day. It's always a minor setback to a major comeback. So that's my motto. So,
Thank you. All right. Now, we just talked about the disparities, the challenges, but I believe as well that there are some positivity in your journey. In what ways or the other that you have actually found support from the community, and who actually have supported you?
So I think the first support, like I mentioned, was my mother. And then the third person, first was that partner, second was my mother, and the third person was my best friend. And just what he just told you guys, that a minor setback for a major comeback that set my life up the way that it's supposed to be today. Because I don't hold what I have to say in the inside. My voice was taken for many years in an abusive relationship, during my addiction. Like, I just didn't have time to speak up. So given today that I am free, I can speak freely. I can tell you exactly what it is. I can invite you into the space. And if you choose to be in the space, then that's perfectly fine. Welcome. And if not, keep on coming back. Eventually you will. You know, so I pride myself on my support network. I have Empower You, which is the company that I work for, of course, and everybody else that I touch or see. That's why networking is so important for me, because if I can't get it, somebody else can. I try to tell my staff all the time, please make sure you get to these events and network, because you never know, somebody in that network just may save your life. Like, and we may not even be talking about physical life, but we're just talking about spiritual, or if you're drowning, we're here to help you. Support is the best thing that we can get in this community, and sometimes we don't get that from our community. Just like Charlene said about the Haitian community, like, there are individuals that don't know what's going on right here in our backyard.
No, the question was,
Oh, my support is my mama bear.
Come on, Mama Bear.
Mama bear is my older sister. She didn't know nothing about the HIV community or anything until after I told her. And then she was out of a job, she was out of work, and I was like, sis, do you mind working in a non-for-profit agency? She said, am I working for no money? I was like, no, that's not what it means. A non-for-profit does not mean that you're not getting paid. It's just a place where they don't do things for money. They write grants, and they work off of donations. And she was like, oh, okay, I don't mind. So ever since I got her into the field, she has not stopped. My sister has not stopped. So when I call her my mama bear, she's my mama bear. And another lady, I'm not going to say her name. She's my other, yeah, you could say that, because she's the one that got me to where I am today. Because she's another woman living with HIV. And she was beating it into my head. You could do better. It doesn't end right here. So ever since she did that, it's like, that gives me the motivation to inspire other women. I've met a lot of young women that became positive, crying, saying it's the end of their life, and I'm the one I stay there and I talk to them. What was that? Oh. So I'm the one that try to push the young women, or okay. So I try to push the women and try to inspire them to do better. There's some women that be in abusive relationships. They say that the only reason that they're in the abusive relationship because that's the only person that's going to accept them. I'm the kind of person that's be telling them, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because that's not. If somebody's for you, they're going to love you regardless, no matter what. So.
Okay, so my support again is, well, it'll be my family for first, you know, and of course my best friend, because he had me comfortable to actually express myself more and talk about these topics and just put myself out there in the front. You know, I used to be the one in the background and, you know, just being more reserved and letting everyone do their thing. So now I'm more or less like, okay, I'll do it. I'm up to the challenge for anything. Yes.
Okay, now talking about support, I know most of you would get support from your family, which is maybe the number one support that you needed. And I understand at first when they put all the spoons, the forks away, I imagine that was very hurtful. But yep, I can imagine. But now there are many people maybe in this room right now and other people that you don't even know that they would like to know how they could support. How do you believe the community can support you and other ones infected by the HIV that maybe are struggling living their daily living?
That's always a hard question to answer for the community. But I can say, repeat the question one more time, just for clarity. Okay, so the first way that you can actually get involved in support is to not judge us, right? The second way would be to attend these panel discussions that we have throughout the community, regardless if you know who the panelists are or if you know who the facilitators are, still come to these important discussions. Come up to us and ask us, hey, what's going on? Like, just love on us like we were your children or those lost individuals that we may have lost. You don't have to be infected with HIV, but if you are affected by it, it hurts. And sometimes hurt people hurt people. So the way that you treat us, the way that you look at us, it determines how sometimes some of us feel, right? But thank God, I'm not speaking about nobody else, right? But thank God I have a tough skin. Because every time that I share my story, In a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, I'm going to say this, and I say it all the time. If you don't like me as a person, if you don't like what I have to say, too bad. Because in this moment, I get to be free with self and truthful with y'all. Because as I'm sitting up here having this conversation to you guys, I get to be authentic with myself and everybody else. See, because I used to wear a lot of masks in my addiction and even as a child. But today I'm free. I don't have to wear anything to please anybody else. So the support will look like just loving me exactly how I am.
So how can you show support? Like he was saying, don't judge. Just don't judge. And if you see someone or if you know someone that's positive, be there for them. Hug them. Tell them that you're going to be there for them. What do they need? How can you help them? And like he was saying, just join the panels. Find out information, anything that you see about HIV. If you want to help, ask them, how can I help? What can I do to help make this better, or to spread the word and let people know this is not the end?
Knowledge. Knowledge is very important. Know the knowledge, or try to know as much as you can to spread it, like everyone else has said. We could talk about this all day about spreading, educating, but the work, the footwork, the actual conversations need to be had. And that's going to actually catapult this to another level.
Thank you. Very inspiring words. Well, I love people with confidence and yep, and I love that. That's gonna be my last question for the night. I don't know if there is anyone in the room that would want to have some questions that they would want to ask. That's gonna be my last. But yes. Make it up for Manu. Maybe you would have to come on stage because, yeah.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. So we have to say good evening to the people that watching on live on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. My question, I'm very passionate about treating people. In our community, especially you, Haitian, and I'm very happy to have you, like we already go through all the, bad steps to get where you are today. So in my community, it's very hard for an Haitian man or woman to share that they are positive. And sometimes they are living with their partner and the partner not even know they are positive. So what can happen to the partner that doesn't know if their partner is positive?
Oh. Spotlight. Oh, Jesus. Yes, it is. Okay, first of all, your health is more important than anything in the world. As long as you go get your checkups every year like how you're supposed to, you're going to know what's going on with your body, first of all. Second, if something doesn't feel right, 9 times out of 10, it ain't right. Go see your doctor. Get your checkups like how you're supposed to. You're going to know what's going on. It's never too late. Never too late. And one thing I do want to tell someone, this is off topic. I want to tell people, when you get tested, don't blame your partner if you come up with something, because this was a mutual decision. The person did not take it on their own. You did not tell them no. So let's just say your test come back positive. Can't blame the person, because at the end of the day, y'all made a decision together. So you got to take accountability for what you participated in. Yes, it does. Now, ooh, this is a touching subject for me because it happened to one of my family members. The husband was always traveling. He was a Haitian dude. He was always traveling and doing all sorts of things. Came back and infected his wife. She passed away first. And then he passed away. So, like we've been saying up here, as we sitting up here, it's very important to know about your knowledge. It's very important to share and tell people what's going on with you. If you feel like you don't know who to talk to, go on. You can Google it. Google it. It'll give you information. There's nothing that Google cannot solve. And there's always community health centers around. A whole lot of community health centers around. So there's not just one that you can go to. If you want to go somewhere where nobody doesn't know you, Google it. Find someone to talk to. Express yourself. It's better to talk instead of keeping it inside. That's it.
Thank you. Any other question before we end this series? Okay, so each of you, what is the message on this day to the ones tested positive and to the ones that are not?
Well, for the ones that are tested positive, just know, again, your life is not over. For the ones that do test negative, prevention is always key. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
So I was actually going in my phone because I just had a quick story. So I have a friend who just found out that he was positive, and the first thing that he said was, "Thank you for taking me to the hospital." Right? This was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like when he called him, just like, "Well, why you gotta call me?" And I'm asleep. Why you gotta call me at 4 o'clock in the morning to take you to the hospital? Is it that important? Call the ambulance. But luckily, I was able to take him down to the hospital, and his results was he had now acquired HIV and also cancer. So the message is hope. There is life after diagnosis, so live it. Just because we have this quote-unquote illness, wait, that's why I said quote-unquote. Quote-unquote, because a lot of people say it's an illness, we're sick, or it's a disability. I still look good. I smell good today, amen. and the message is that even with your diagnosis, you can still live a healthy life and be free. You don't need to have your diagnosis engulf you into your worries. Because just like the God of my understanding told me 11 years ago, if you trust and believe in me, I got you. So understand that whomever your higher power is have you, and also understand that the community has you as well.
Thank you. So what was the question again?
Girl. What's the
seriously.
message?
Okay, the message is hope. The message is stand strong. Oh. I just got to say this. I just thank God for the people and the circle that I have around me, because I was heading in the road of self-destruction. I had a real bad attitude. When I found out, I wanted to, anybody that looked at me wrong, I was ready to fight. And I did. Whether a man or a woman, I didn't care. My circle is with a lot of strong women. And none of them are positive. But they still build me up. And everybody has something to contribute in that circle. Me, I'm the one that's positive. And they always asking me questions. And I'm happy that I'm able to open up to them and tell them. Because a long time ago, I wouldn't tell nobody I was positive. Who positive? What you talking about? No, I think somebody probably look like me that's around here that's saying they positive. Not me. Now I don't care who knows. I really do not care who knows. You positive? Yes, I am. You got a problem? Do you need some information? I can educate you. One time I was in a clinic. It wasn't Empower You. It was another clinic I was sitting in, and somebody was talking about, oh, when they be doing them HIV tests, they trying to infect you. I was like, first of all, I know this is not my conversation, but I have to interject in this conversation right now. Let me educate you. So when you hear people giving misinformation, it's our duty to correct and give them the correct information. And that's what I strive to do. Because I will not go and tell anybody that's something I don't know. If they ask me a question, I'll be like, hold up. Let me call somebody that might know. Because that's above my pay grade. Like as far as when I'm working on the HIV testing unit, they'll ask me questions. I'll be like, I am not a provider. I would not give you no misinformation because I like giving people the correct information. Let me give you the number to the Empower You. Make an appointment, go talk to the doctor. That's what I do. Because I don't like giving people misinformation as far as I was given when I was growing up. Not only growing up, but when I was first diagnosed, talking about I got AIDS, I'm finna die. I was never diagnosed with AIDS, and I'm still not diagnosed with AIDS. I have HIV. I'm HIV positive. As long as I take my medication, I will stay HIV positive and undetectable. And that's another thing. As long as you keep taking your medication and you become undetectable, there's no way for you to infect someone else. Make sure you take your medication daily. Talking to everybody out there, that's positive. Stay taking your medication faithfully, and you will be all right.
Wow. It was an honor being the host of this panel where inspiration meets confidence, resilience, voice, and everything. I congratulate you for voicing up for those who cannot speak and for being the face of those who are hiding. I thank you for the whole community and for the work that you are getting done together. I'm proud of you. That is the end of the conversation for tonight. And for the moment, I can drop the mic and leave. Thank you. I guess there are some other activities that we will be doing right now. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. We got your back. We got your back. Don't leave yet.
Thank you so much, Junior. Our host, Bolo, is one of the Haitian superstar, and yes, is known worldwide. So today for us at MJD Wellness and Community Center, it is a pleasure to have you to testify on behalf of all HIV positive. So we want to let everybody that watching us know that if you are HIV positive, you still have a long life to live until you take your medication, you follow what your provider tells you to do. But to
By the way, I've been positive for 32 years.
Aha, yeah. So, on behalf of MJD Wellness and Community Center, University of Miami, we want to welcome you and tell you how grateful that we are to have you with us tonight. And we're going to give you a little detail to let you know that you are the MJD hero, and we're going to continue working with you to share the awareness in our community. This is my turn, but I have with me Marjorie Lozama. Marjorie Lozama is one of the doctor at Empower You. She's a nurse practitioner, but we have a Martia. So we pick one. So we're gonna give. I have Raul Hernandez. Oh my God, I was a friend of him. Don't be jealous, right? So it's an award, that an appreciation award that stay like that. With appreciation for your participation in our program, your story spoke volumes and will provide hope and promise to those that share your experience. Thank you so much. Shirley Joseph is the same word. We want to say thank you to you, being a Haitian in 34 years, right? 32 years. I know that he was not easy. You've been through a lot, but you are very brave. And look at you. No one can say that you are sick. So this is an example for you. Yes, she's not sick. She doesn't have nothing because she's still living. The same way you have high blood pressure, you have blood sugars. It's the same thing when you have HIV. You still live. You take your medication. Nothing gonna happen to you. Don't be ashamed. Share the words and then educate yourself. Look for treatment. Thank you so much for representing the Haitian community.
Thank you. Oh, my name's still
Lamar. So we have the representation of the Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade County, we have Latino, Haitian, and American. So we have one Latino, one Haitian, and one American. Thank you so much, Lamar. Me and Lamar, we've been working together to make this possible. Yeah. Lamar, we really appreciate you. I think this is not our last time. It's the first, but we're going to continue working together.
Thank you.
Okay. Get a picture. Okay. No, come in the picture. No,
All right. That was a very, very deep conversation. Very inspiring, guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Okay. So really quickly, guys, I wanted to drop a bug in your ears to make you guys aware. So I am the National Community Advisory Board member for the University of Miami and also the MacWise Community Combined Cohort Study that falls underneath the Johns Hopkins Research Lab. So Miami-Dade is the first of its kind to have the University of Miami have a mobile research unit that was just released this morning that I also did a press release for World AIDS Day as well. So we are the first of its kind to have an actual research mobile unit for those individuals who are HIV positive and who are aging and thriving with HIV. So if you guys need more information on any of those studies or researches at the University of Miami, please see me. I am the go-to individual. Thank you. And happy holidays.
Thank you. Now, it is my great pleasure to present you a great woman in this community. And I will be more than happy to call on stage Dr. Cassandra Espira. Currently serves as a pharmacist at the AIDS Health Foundation, prescribing HIV prevention. She's passionate about talking the public health issue of racism in the communities facing disparities by empowering them with the tools needed to charge the narrative in healthcare. She is passionate about advocacy, and her interest piqued for HIV because she remembers watching the Haitian community protest the CDC's non-scientific claim that Haitians were a part of the notorious Four Club. Her self-proclaimed purpose is to add value to all those who she comes into contact with on a daily basis. Cassandra is a founding member of SPARK, which is Women's Empowerment Affinity Group of the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. She is also a member of the Haitian American Pharmacists Organization and serves as the public relations representative on the board. Fun fact, Cassandra Espira once told her high school chemistry teacher that she didn't need his class because she was going to law school. And now we have Dr. Cassandra. Please clap your hands.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm here representing the AIDS Education Training Center. And since today is World AIDS Day, I just want to enlighten you about what that means. So around, I believe, 1988, there were 2 employees from the World Health Organization who started this Remembrance Day, and every year they have a theme. So this year, the theme for World AIDS Day 2023 is Remember and Commit. Okay, so remember, it means remembering those millions of people who lost their lives. And for us, especially as a Haitian community, we have been stigmatized in terms of HIV, which is something that has affected us here in Miami significantly. So definitely the stigma, you know, it still affects our community today, and it stems from the history when it comes to the 4 H's. So when it comes to commit, this year the theme also says that in order for us to end the HIV epidemic by 2030, we need to allow our communities to lead, right? So a lot of times there are people sitting in their offices coming up with solutions, but what they're saying is that it's us in our own community who have to find the solution to end the HIV epidemic, right? So that starts with education. So the goal that the US has is to end the HIV epidemic by the year 2030. And the goal is to end the HIV and decrease it by 90%. So how are we going to do that? Does anybody have any ideas? How can we end the HIV epidemic? PrEP, that's one way, PrEP. So PrEP is prevention, right? We have your Truvada that came out in 2012, and then you have Descovy that came out in 2019. And now, a few years ago, we actually have an injectable called Apretude. That's cutting edge, right? So that means every 2 months, all you have to do is worry about going to your doctor's office and getting your injection. Especially for communities that face stigma. How awesome is that? You don't have to hide your bottle. You just go to a doctor's office and you get an injection. And the same goes for treatment too. Let's talk about it. On our panel today, our amazing Haitian sister just explained it to us. Remember, treatment is prevention as well, okay? So once you find out that you are diagnosed with HIV, you go to the doctor's office, you get on medication. That is also prevention. Okay, so there's something called the status neutral model. What does that mean? That means whenever you get tested, regardless of the result of that test, there is a prevention method. Okay, so you go and you get tested, and the test is positive. You get on medication. Undetectable equals untransmittable. So that means that once you get on treatment, you get undetectable. That means you cannot transmit the virus to anybody else. Okay, so let's talk about the statistics. Black people in the United States only account for 13% of the population. Does anybody know what amount of the cases of HIV that we account for? Does anybody know? Can anybody guess? 60%? Any other guesses? 70? Okay, so we account for 42%. Okay, so we're only 13% of the population, but yet we account for 42.1% of all the HIV cases. Isn't that alarming? Does anybody have any idea as to why that's the case? Any ideas? Access to care, okay, that's one for sure. Lack of education. There was somebody on our panel that talked about the false education about when you go and get tested, that, you know, the test is already positive. Is that what they said? They said it's already positive and they contract HIV because the test already is positive, right? Something else that I've heard, because I work at the Broad Wellness where we do free HIV testing, is that they say that if you take prevention medication, it's gonna make it easier to contract. You're gonna contract each HIV quicker. Has anybody heard that one? Yeah, I heard that one, which is like in reality what it is if you take a medication and you're not adherent to it, and what does that mean? Adherence means taking the medication once a day as the doctor prescribed it. So if you don't take it, obviously, if there's not enough of the medication in your system, it's not gonna be effective, right? So again, lack of education, lack of access to health care, and let's talk about it, stigma, right? Stigma is one of those reasons that people don't access health care, because it's going to be the judgment, you know? Because stigma is something that we need to combat before we can end the HIV epidemic. Because, you know, I am so proud of my Haitian sister who can proudly say, I've been living with HIV for 32 years. And that's something that needs to become normalized, especially in our community. Because what's going to happen? If the person is hiding it, they're not going to take their medication. They're not going to be undetectable. And what's going to happen? They may transmit it to somebody else because they're hiding it. So again, stigma, decreasing stigma is a way to end HIV epidemic. So there's two other communities that we need to talk about. When it comes to women, Black women, people who look like myself, are 14 times greater chance of contracting HIV versus the white women. Does anybody know why? Or anybody can guess? No guesses? Exactly. Living conditions, a lot of the time that are Black males and women. Black women tend to not date outside their race compared to other communities. Also, there's a lot of men that are on the down low, right? What else? We're the caretakers, right? We put other people in our family before ourselves, before we go and get health care also. What else? Provider biases. I'll agree with that. I'll share my own personal story about provider bias. I remember one day I went to the doctor's office and I asked my doctor for an HIV test. So if I am preaching this, I need to practice what I preach, right? So primary care doctor does not routinely, again, don't assume that your primary care doctor is doing a routine HIV test for you, because that's not the case. So when I asked for an HIV test, it changed the whole workflow of the clinic visit. They were like, no, wait, you have to go to the doctor first, and then they have to put in the order. And even the doctor, he said something that was stigmatizing to me as well. He was like, well, you're having fun. That was his comment to me. So again, if I didn't work in this field, I wouldn't know to be able to stand up to the stigma, right? Because a lot of people may be embarrassed to ask their primary care doctor, right? So, or even when you go to your OBGYN, don't assume that the doctor is doing these exams. So the updated guidelines for prevention actually state that prevention is primary care. So believe it or not only do we have to educate the community, but we have to educate the clinicians as well. So these are all things that we need to discuss in order to, end the HIV epidemic. It's very important that, you guys, everybody is aware of that. And then when it comes to prevention, there's something called pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is before you get exposed to the virus, you can take either Truvada once a day, Descovy once a day, or the injectable called Apretude every 2 months. And then there's also something called post-exposure prophylaxis. Does anybody know what post-exposure prophylaxis, also known as PEP, does anybody know what that is? What is PEP? After. Say it again? After, right? So a lot of times people like to call it the birth control of HIV, right? That's the easiest way to understand what it means, a plan B of HIV. So what is plan B? Plan B is the morning after pill. So let's say a young lady has unprotected sex and she has a scare, she goes to Walgreens the next day and she gets a plan B, the morning after pill, and that prevents her from having a child, right? So the post-exposure prophylaxis is the same, it has to be within 72 hours. So post-exposure prophylaxis is actually an HIV treatment that you take for 28 days. It includes 2 medications. One of the names of the medications is called Tivicay, and the second agent is called Truvada. So you take these 2 medications together for 28 days, as long as you take this medication within 72 hours of the HIV exposure. If you take it later, it's not gonna work. The earlier, the better. If you can have the exposure and then you take it 2 hours after, that's the best route, okay? So you take that for 28 days, and that's gonna lead to HIV prevention. So I know there's a lot of people here that's in the field that knows what PEP and PrEP is, but I also want to advocate that once someone finishes taking PEP, let's normalize transitioning them to pre-exposure prophylaxis right away, okay? Like, we don't want this 5-6 times in a year of someone having a scare and taking post-exposure prophylaxis. That person really needs to be on PrEP. Of course, unless that person was raped or it was like an incident that happened that was not in their control, then it would make sense that they just take the post-exposure prophylaxis without transitioning to the pre-exposure prophylaxis, right? So that means on day 25, that person needs to come and draw their labs so that they can get their prescription for the pre-exposure prophylaxis. So once they finish taking the prevention for the post-exposure prophylaxis, they can start the pre-exposure prophylaxis. So I think that's something else that's very, very important. And anybody who's a leader in their field needs to advocate for that and come up with workflows to make sure that transition happens quickly as possible. So in conclusion, I just want to remind you guys, today is World AIDS Day, the 35th year that we've been celebrating. And that the goal for this year is to remember, the AIDS, HIV epidemic is still around, and remember, HIV is the virus. AIDS is when the CD4 count decreases to less than 200, and the person is not taking their meds, then they now have AIDS. And not only do you have to remember, but you have to commit, right? Commit to education, commit to dispelling the myth, and remember, the community has the solutions to ending the HIV epidemic. So please allow the community to lead the prevention efforts. Thank you so much for your time. And that's all I had for you guys today. Does anybody have any questions since I'm up here? Comments? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cassandra Espera, for this very interesting presentation. and that was a series of education as well. So, my pleasure to have on stage again the organizer of the event, Miss Emanuela Fleuribon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bolo. Before everything, I want to say thank you to God, because God made me go through a lot before I think about creating MJD. I moved to USA in August 30th, 2009. So I was like in med school, finished med school, and then I merged to USA. I never knew that. Coming to USA, if you don't go back to school or go through several tests, you cannot be a doctor. And then for me, when I was in med school, I live like 1 hour and a half from my school. You know, student life never been easy. Sometimes I have to sit down at school the entire day from 5 a.m. to 10 or 11 p.m. and not even have money to pay the bus, we call it like guagua, to go home. So it was a lot of sacrifices for me, and then to become the person, like to have my title, and then when I come to US, whoop, I can be a doctor here if I didn't pass my test. And then one thing that I was not around of people that can educate me to tell me, okay, if you don't do this, do that. I was very sad. I want to die. I want to do everything that possible to not live in this country, because I think that the country take my dream away from me. I have MJD. MJD is Marcel, Joanne, and Diana, and Imelda. Marcel was all three still my best friend. I can call those three people my best friend. Marcel, she's a woman of God. She's going to pray with you until she can't. She has the key. As soon as she pick up her phone, she said, God, I need solution, and you will have it. Joanne, she's a businesswoman, spoil me in every decision. Imelda, she's there. If I have to cry, I have to cry with her. But I cannot cry with Joanne and and Marcel. They don't take that from me. But Imelda, yes. So Joanne told me one day, Manu, why you don't create a business? I said, which business that I'm going to create? Because I'm not a business person. After high school, I went to med school, and then I don't know nothing about business. She said, okay, I'm going to help you. When I started MJD, it was inside of a Fat Kid store, variety store. C'était un petit côté yo tap van, cassette, video, sandal, you name it, you find it inside of Fat Kid variety store. And I start with Herbalife. Herbalife because I want to lose weight. But I was, in DR, as soon as you in high school, there's several things that you have to go to school, to technical school. It's mandatory for certain family in DR. So I went to communication school, diplomatic, you name it, because I had time. I don't work. In Caribbean country, you don't work. You just go to school, go to church, and then you're done. But you have to bring good grades at home. And I was doing TV and radio here in Miami, but I don't feel like I'm welcome. I don't do what I love to do. Joanne said, listen, we're going to open that shop. I'm going to manage the shop for you. I said, how are you going to manage the shop if you go into Haiti? She said, don't worry, I'm going, but I'm going to come back. Just wait for me. For 1 month, I'm coming back. And Joanne knows that she will not come back to U.S. She made me, we spent like $2,000 to open that little shop. And then After 1 month, she said, Manu, no, wait for me, I'm coming. 3 months, she's still not coming. 6 months, I said, Joanne, I don't understand. If you don't come, I'm going to close that door right now. You know me. She said, Manu, I am coming. I cannot leave my business because she had a business in Haiti. I cannot leave them. I'm coming. And then, the three people, every single one of them, I can talk certain subject with them. Marcel said, e pou chita pou gérer qui ça te gagne so gen wap pede marché ou c'est premier monde qui finon l'école qui pas ka faire l'école regardez chita la tifi. That's the way that she expressed herself. And then I sit. Now I start, Denis Boyer, which is the owner of the little corner, the little store. He told me that, okay, what do you want, Manu? I said, listen, I want to be the woman that I was in DR because I am not that person. I don't feel like being in U.S. because this is not for me. They said, what you used to do? I said, I was involved in many things. I was like, you name it, Manu's there because I love helping people. And then he said, you don't have to be scared. I'm going to help you. Then he called former Mayor Fils-Aime and the actual mayor of North Miami, Alex DeZulme. Those two take me on their shoulder, take MJD on the shoulder, to open Griffin Parks for me in 2015, to host my first health fair because I had a show that called Health and Wellness with Manu. And then a lot of people listened to my show, but they never had the chance to meet me because I never meet people because I don't want to be in the U.S. for nothing in the world. That little store, to make the story short, give me value to go back to school. I have a master in psychology for U.S., and now I'm doing a second master in business. And after that, now, from the one a health fair, a little health fair, just to meet my audience, just to do something simple. That day, we had Flick, I think Mary, she was there the first day. We sent 10 people to Jackson Hospital. One of them come. She didn't have oxygen because she doesn't have insurance to go to the hospital. She was scared to go because she's illegal, no paper. But she said, I'd rather stay home than they send me back home. Another man, her blood sugar, who was a medical field, no blood sugar, 536, walking from home to the park. This is impossible. And I remember Mayor Bien-Aimé told me, former Mayor Bien-Aimé told me, listen, Manu, you see this? You're going to continue. I'm sorry. You cannot go back. You have to stay because what you are doing are very important for our city. I said, Mayor, no, this is not me. I don't like being around people because I don't understand the language. I don't understand. And he said, you're going to learn step by step. And then today, we have a free medical clinic. And we have a food pantry. And I have to say, thank you to God and thank you for my Haitian leaders, Philippe Bien-Aimé, Alex DeZulme, and former Commissioner Jean-Monet's team. And Mayor Daniela Cava, they believe in the dream. They see the work that I am doing. I will never be able to do it if they was not there to support financially. I would like to thank the staff that behind this little Manu. It's not only me. I have Miss V, Noella, Miss Nina, Rachel. Rachel was there since 2016 when she was in high school. Now she's doing her master's degree. So MJD, we have Liz, The entire food bank team not here tonight because they had operation, so they cannot miss their operation since we're gonna close early, so they have to serve the community before they come here. But it's too late; they cannot make it. We have Dr. Dufresne, our medical director. We will never be able to do the work that we are doing without them. We was dreaming because we see like not everybody wants to go to a clinic. They have to dress. They have to do everything, but they don't want to come. And then I said, you know what? God, we need to go find those people. We need to go to their house, provide them the service, because healthcare not supposed to be for money. Healthcare is supposed to be accessible for every single person that come to this country, because this country is a great country. It gives us opportunity that we have to share what we have with the people who cannot have what we have. Thank you to UM, Matia West, Vernada, Marcel, TV Side, Leo. Today, this year, we have our mobile clinic in construction. It's going to be a trailer because we didn't have the money to buy a mobile one, but we have a mobile trailer that we going to circulate in Miami-Dade County and maybe other county to provide free health care for the one who cannot afford it. So, MJD, we don't have a lot of money. The staff suffered a lot. But they don't get paid 2 months. They still have the same laugh on their face. They still welcome people the same way. It's not easy for us, no. But we love what we are doing. We put our faith on it, and then we are doing it. I work for Jackson Mental Health. After MJD, I have to do 12 hours at Jackson. Sometimes most of the time I don't sleep, especially I'm in school and then 2 jobs. I don't have time to sleep. But I know I'm doing it for a purpose. God will reward us one day. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming tonight. This is MJD's story, so we always in need for support and money. If someone want to help, we have Rachel there. Oh, right now, Rachel created a scholarship that's called Jamone Scheme Scholarship. That scholarship is for kids that doing community service hours in any nonprofit organization. But those two, they don't have money to go to school, so that scholarship can help those kids to, buy book or buy laptop, whatever we can buy for them. So if one day you have a chance, you want to donate, please go to our website, donate, because we need your support so we can continue working. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Manu, for your story. And I feel being part of it too, because I actually went to school in DR, just like you. It has no price serving your community and representing your country. And this is what Manu has been doing for the past years. And she has been having a great staff behind her, as she actually told us. I believe we are done with this series of activities for tonight. I don't know if there is anyone else coming up on stage or if there is anything else after. But I'm thanking you all for, on the name of MJD, I'm thanking you all for coming, for supporting, for being part of this wonderful journey. I want to thank all the guests that actually came up on stage and tell the stories. Guys, as I told you at first, I'm so proud of you. And thank you for voicing for not only those who need you, but also those who actually are seeing you and not being able to do your job. You are inspiring all of them. Thank you so much. My name is Jean Junior Boutin, your host for tonight. See you soon. I love you.
this night. Remember the good times when we did it on the stairs. Tell them I'm not like anyone else. I am your first one, you my first one. Everybody wants a taste of you. What they don't know is that you don't give yourself to no one, no. And everyone wants to try. What they do not know is that I did not say I'm from Portmore, that's in J.A. We can do
Hello,
it
hello.
on that beat.
Don't leave yet. Now the party's begin. That was education. And now we're gonna party. Okay?
So hot, somehow you got extra, forget me not. When it's sweet, yo, what you say? Fever, buy up. Wine for me, baby, everything crisp. My good love make you turn and crisp. Fever, buy up. Wine for me, baby, everything crisp. My good love make you turn and crisp. When you look back at you, I mean that doggy style, puppy whisper. So hot it in the fire fever. If you can't broke it off, hasta la vista. Girl, afi, ava, power, grab it, Lego, lower, godo, lover, cover, tattoo, color, warm, summer. Millipede, walla pump, color pump, alla my, alla bird, silly dilly, bella best, silly dilly, bella best. So hot, somehow you got extra, forget me not. When it's sweet, yo, what you say? Fever, buy up. Wine for me, baby, everything crisp. My good love make you turn and crisp. Compose, you're not dead. Wide, like a sheet spread. Little 12 left decks that mash up in head. I go keep my third world girl instead. She civil, wicked, so she did it. Raman, parish, river, body, send her, cousin, come on, had it. When me done, she a fit, say daddy. Millipede, walla pump, color pump, alla my, alla bird, silly dilly, bella best, silly dilly, bella best. So hot, somehow you got extra, forget me not. When it's sweet, yo, what you say? Fever, buy up. Wine for me, baby, everything crisp. My good love make you turn and crisp. Fever, buy up. Wine for me, baby, everything crisp. My good love make you turn and crisp. So hot, somehow you got extra, forget me not. When it's sweet, yo, what you say?
Yo, this your body, it puts in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me, young girl. No, tell me no, baby, gon' give me your lo. You got me like whoa. Shawty gon' give me your lo. I see this fine girl from my party, she wear yellow. Every other girl they do too much, but this girl mellow. Now in my fine situation, I go use this tell I'm mellow. Finally I find way to talk to the girl, but she know I follow. Who you gonna phone for one? When you know I come for one, then I start to feel a bum. But she dey give me small one. I know, say she's a bit pass it down one. But she feeling insecure, cause her friends go they go my light ring go up. Baby, calm down. Yo, this your body, it puts in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me, young girl. small war. As me I wake up, now she did my mind don't walk. Day one, day two, one of you folk go was. Now so me I go down, see me willing go walk. As I start to the life, you know my heart it is. Baby girl, if you leave me, I don't go love again. Baby girls, we put my heart for pain. Baby, you feel my pain. Baby, calm down, calm down.
If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you, you go right. All I care for the night. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you, you go right. All I care for the night.
F-I-N-E-S-S-E, if you be the reason why your baba want to jealous me. If you want to take I'm serious, I do top speed. No fit to resonate, I'm on a different frequency. I don't think it's necessary. I be done with somebody that could do like me. Man, I be like Musala coming off the right wing. I cut to your defender, you no need to tell me. I'm a horse, finesse. And you know, say me, I'm a snap. Now you can let I go carry go. If me, I got money past you. If you're not careful, finesse. You know, say me, I'm a snap. Now you can let I go carry go. If me, I got money past you. If you're not careful,
Finesse. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you, you go right. All I care for the night. Finesse. If I broke, now my business. All I care, you go right. All I care for the night.
girl, you won't capture my soul. I'm again, no be so. Make you one more. Better, bye. Better, bye. I'm loose. Even better done the para. Tonight in Josie, I'm in Josie. Won't call it for one Josie. I'm not playing with you, I'm not joking. My thought of mom is loaded. Me, you can vibe up, but I'm on duty, but I'm on low-key. They want do me, they want do me. But they want, when you won't want me, I'm in San Francisco, Jammy. When you won't want me, I just flew in from Miami. Peru, para, I'm loose. Even better, she said she like my too. She said me, I never seen a girl like you. Say you like my tattoos. Tell me I want to be inside you. She's my woman, inside, sweet like sugar. In my new van, come to me, yeah, they swim like tuna. When you won't want me, I'm in San Francisco, Jammy. When you won't want me, I just flew in from Miami. I'm loose, even better done the para.
Baby, follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go do me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Baby, sumoyo deep. Baby, gonna waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna will you give me sugar, wahala. Macho Mona Lisa, 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 Macho Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, I go sweep you off your feet. What up,
Hello, Paz, DJ Paz, DJ Paz. Okay. Earlier, when I was thanking people, there was one key people that I forgot. I will never be able to forget that guy and then not mention him for what he did and for what he's continued doing for me and then for the entire crew. DJ Paz, please can you come up? DJ Paz starts with me at the brink beginning too. And then him and AJ was teaching me how to speak Creole because my Creole was too Dominican. I was not Haitian enough, but he gives me, you know, he showed me how to be confident. Speak Creole. I don't speak good Creole, but I'm DJ Paz. You know, he's my brother, always by my side. Everything that I'm doing, his radio station, you see he's alive. Paz, I think is one of the person that I use the most and never pay him. Never. And always there for me. Paz, I am so sorry I didn't say it earlier, but thank you and I love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Ken,
you. Thank
Miss
you.
Nina, we want to tell you, Paz, I don't know how many gifts he has from MJD, but this, he never had an equal. Yes, he never had it. You see, tonight we give it with 3. He's the 3rd one. He's the 4th one. It's one of our heroes. And then we have Tigana, but Tigana is not here. But Paz, thank you so much.
Pas besoin fini, pas ou menti. Ni raconter que cœur m'a peine bas. Oh oh oh.
Excité, les wap marché.
Les wap marché.
Tout menté, les wap parler.
Les wap parler.
Excité, les wap marché.
Aïe aïe aïe.
Tout menté, les wap parler.
Capable d'imaginer, ça nous t'a fait si bel amour. Moi pas rêvé, ma vie caro, ma vie bouchou, ma vie. Oh oh oh.
Okay, good. Thank you, thank you.
Testing, testing, testing. We're gonna testing, I'm sorry. We're gonna testing.
No, un ritmo. Algo como así, hace ritmo.
Testing.
Halftime by DJ Nicky Mix and DJ Ignol.
Admission $50. Infolines 786 560 0407 954 882 61 56.
Coach Kinol Production et Calico Production présentent la 13e édition de Madame Gougou's Christmas Show avec le support de Cola, Couronne, Kiva, Carplus, Councilman, Pierre, France Charles, WSRF 1580 AM, 99.5 FM, Radio Touchy Douce, Radio Télévision Caraïbes.
Dimanche 17 décembre 2023, Hollywood Live. Vive la 13e édition Christmas Show Madame Gougou's depuis 8h. Boule. En soirée, plaisir caillé dans Hollywood. Alors, Merry Christmas!
Oh, oh, oh. Haïtien américain North Miami Beach levé campé 5 décembre 1492 c'était découverte d'Haïti mais 5 décembre 2023 avec bulletin vote nous pral chouke youn nan nous ancien commissionnaire Paul Villa comme magistrat travail li te commencé au pral poursuivre programme pour jeunes pour grandettes programme pour ranger caille roof fenêtre transportation gratis et latrier mardi 5 décembre c'est tout service moré depuis au pas opération CPMK mobilisation pour chouke pour le magistrat Pape Campé, citoyen North Miami Beach, Canal Progrès, c'est Paul Villa. C'est tout le monde qui a pour voter sans manquer youn. Depuis jeudi, voter absenti ballot et mardi 5 décembre, non, mot d'ordre là c'est fait colonne, voter, ponche numéro 291. 291, un seul coup de clé, Paul Villa, magistrat. Pas gain vote bonnet. Jour 5 décembre, non, c'est dans centre de vote Bola Kaiwa pour voter.
Paul Villa, candidat pour magistrat dans North Miami Beach, il a approuvé le message.
Fait famille ou examen comme ça. Relais dans 1-809 34 04 40, jeudi à même. Depuis 40 l'année.
Our music. Thank you.
Everybody. Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, they got a lie to me. Pretty woman, I let's believe you behind the truth. I so I won't leave you. Myself, pretty woman. And they pardon me, very woman. I go in the sea, very woman. I will be lonely, I can be, and so I won't leave that me. Very woman, stuck on why? Very woman, stuck on why? Very woman, seems just mine to me. Very woman, yeah. Very woman, let my way. Very woman, say and stay with me. The sound in you. I'll take your hand. Come with me, baby. Be my goodbye. Hey woman, don't work on by. Hey woman, don't make me cry. Hey woman, don't work on me. Hey, yeah. Okay, I better let that me. Okay, I come to lonely, gone place. I'll wait tomorrow, my way. I do it see. But alone came back to me. Yeah, Oh, pretty woman.
Thank you for inviting us this event. Thank you, Rachel, to contact us. Thank you.
Nobody told me gotta go, me mama. Me gotta go on the big one on the fire. Big was only one and the girl. And if I'm gone where I'm before on the fire. What jambalaya get a home before till they come back. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of meal. Big was only glass and the girl. And if I'm gone where I'm before on the fire. Everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah. Like it on. Well, but they go, but we know, so the shoe. Keep on on the big one on the shoe. Big was only one and the girl. And if I'm gone, but I am before on the fire. One jambalaya got a home before he let go. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of meal. Big was only one and the girl. And if I'm gone, but I am before on the fire. Woo! One jambalaya gonna home before me let gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my little meal. Big was only not any girl. Anybody I'm gone when I am before on the fire. Oh yeah. Agita. Everybody, going. Thank you. Jambalaya, forerun right here, the year 70. Okay, thank you. The Cleansing World Revival. Your family, had your best in the ring. Someone told me long ago, this ain't gonna be fun. It's not. I know it's been coming for some time. With this song they say, it's a rainy, sunny day. I know, shine it down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down sunny day? Yesterday and day before, sun is called a raining out. I know ain't no river on my timing. It's forever August, for the sake of being close. I know it gets down. I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down Sunday? Yeah, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a day?
Thank you so much. Somebody speaking Spanish here, no? ¿Quién? Somebody is Latino? No Latino, no Latino aquí. Do you wanna dance? Okay, what music you dance? Lo que sea. You wanna dance right now? Is we play reggaeton or something like that? You play? No reggaeton. Reggae music? Salsa? ¿Ah? Salsa. Bailan salsa. You dancing salsa. Okay. Oh, bachata. You dancing bachata. Oh, okay. ¿Qué tenemos de bachata? Let me check my list. Rachel say, hey, play classic music. Do you like the classic music? We play. Do you like it? Yes. And Latin rock music, classic. Okay. Okay, we're gonna play Spanish music. We hope you like this music. Okay. Thank you. Tengo la camisa negra, hoy mi amor está de luto. Hoy tengo en el alma una pena y es por culpa de tu embrujo. Yo sé que tú ya no me quieres y eso es la que más me hiere. Que tengo la camisa negra y de maco tengo el difunto. Tal parece que solo me quedé y fue pura todita tu mentira. Que maldita mala suerte la mía y aquel día te encontré por beber del veneno malevo de tu amor. Yo quedé moribundo y lleno de dolor. Respiré de ese humo amargo de tu adiós. Y desde que tú te fuiste yo solo tengo la camisa negra, porque negra tengo el alma. Yo por ti perdí la calma y casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Cama, 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 baby, te digo con disimulo. Y tengo la camisa negra y debajo tengo el difunto. Tengo la camisa negra, tu amor no me interesa. Lo que ayer me supo a gloria, hoy me sabe a pura. Miércoles por la tarde, tú que no llegas, ni siquiera muestras señas. Y yo con la camisa negra y debajo de el difunto. Tal parece que solo me quedé y fue pura todita tu mentira. Que maldita mala suerte la mía y aquel día te encontré por beber del veneno malevo de tu adiós. Yo quedé moribundo y lleno de dolor. Respiré de ese humo amargo de tu adiós. Y desde que tú te fuiste yo solo tengo la camisa negra, porque negra tengo el alma. Yo por ti perdí la calma y casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Come on, come on, come on, baby, te digo con disimulo. Que tengo la camisa negra y debajo tengo el difunto. Tengo la camisa negra porque negra tengo el alma. Yo por ti perdí la calma y casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Come on, come on, come on, baby, te digo con disimulo. Que tengo la camisa negra y debajo tengo el difunto.
Me quieren a quitar, me citan a gritar. Soy como la roca, palabras no me tocan. Adentro hay un volcán que pronto va a estallar. Yo quiero estar tranquilo. Es mi situación, una desolación. Soy como un lamento boliviano que un día empezó y no va a terminar. Ya nadie hace daño. Oh, Hoy estoy aquí, borracho y loco, y mi corazón idiota siempre brillará. Y yo te amaré por siempre. Nena, no te pegues en la cama, que los viajantes se van a atrasar. Yeah. Hoy estoy aquí, borracho y loco, y mi corazón idiota por siempre brillará. Y yo te amaré por siempre. Nena, no te pegues en la cama, que los viajantes se van a tardar. Hoy estoy aquí, borracho y loco, y mi corazón idiota pues siempre brillará. Y yo te amaré por siempre. Nena, no te pegues en la cama, que los viajantes se van a